going on today, PJ?
Doing a little bit of dozing.
A little bit of dozing, but what about behind me?
Big hay.
Big hay.
Oh yeah.
15,000 bales.
I would say it's gonna be close to that.
I'm gonna go check out the rake. You got any pre-game thoughts?
We're gonna have 0 breakdowns.
Yeah, I
Hay's
said
gonna
that.
be dry.
I said that last video.
Did
that
you?
We had a couple.
Oh well, today we won't have any.
Yep. Hay's dry, 0 breakdowns.
Everything in the barn, and then we want like 2 inches of rain.
Yeah.
We
Fertilized.
could get all that going.
Today truly is huge. I decided against the big day hat. I mean, this is a really good hat. And I went with the big day stash. Just switching it up a little bit because we've had a lot of big day hats. So we have not had a lot of big day stashes. So I'm heading out. This is a 120 acre hay field. This is a brand new seeding. We're happy it's a new seeding because we're getting a little late in the year to be doing first cutting. I think it's July 13th today. So on a typical year, the hay would be plenty mature. But because it's a new seeding and they typically take longer to mature and everything, this is beautiful stuff. This is some of the nicest stuff we'll make all year. So we'll go check out the rake crew. We got 3 crew. Jeez, I can't talk. We have 3 Kuhn double rotary rakes running. Rob, Carl, and my dad. The balers are going to be coming up. We'll be running 7 balers today. We're hoping to be 15, 16,000 bales. That will be a record for us for being away from the home farm. We've done that at the home farm, but it's a lot easier because you're hardly hauling the product back to the barns very far. This is about a 15-minute drive from the storage location, so it's going to be a big day. It's going to be a lot of wheels running. Robbie's figuring something out. I think this is my dad's favorite job on the farm. He loves raking. We got some high humidity, been tough drying. I had a hard time holding them off. He just had to get in the rake, but making nice windrows and we're making a little bit of dust. So what's really nice about these Kuhn double rotaries is we can make 2 windrows at a time when the hay is heavy like this, or if it was light hay, he can swing that back rotor all the way over to the right and make 1 giant windrow. The trickiest part about these rakes really is when you're entering and exiting the headlands, there's not really enough room to pick it up cleanly and not leave a little bit. It takes like hitting the clutch and slowing down and kind of jockeying the hydraulics to make a nice clean exit and entrance into the hay. I don't know if you understand that, but you'll see what I mean when he comes back in. See, they both kind of go down and you're hitting the back windrow, but they've been raking a lot of hay. They know what they're doing. See how it's looking in the windrow. Still got a fair amount of leaf retention, not too bad. This is mostly heavier Timothy. What's going to show in the bale is little alfalfa, mostly Timothy, but it'll still be real nice blend. We're very happy with this stuff. It's good color. The Timothy heads are older, but not too old. It'll look just good, just fine in a bale. So what you notice with our rotaries is moisture is everything to us. It's everything. That's why we bought dryers. Anyways, you'll see that we make sure that we kick the rakes over and we rake everything back onto bare ground because we want every last piece rolled up. Some people will make the mistake raking the hay onto hay that's already sitting, and then the bottom of this hay never actually gets flipped up before you bale. And I think that can cause problems if the ground's wet or the hay itself is wet. So you can see Carl is pushing it all over into the bare spot. That's exactly what we try to do around here. He's yelling at me, come on! We love these rotaries. They make a nice fluffy windrow. Some other styles of rakes seem to wrap the hay and almost compact in the windrow, and we really like the way these rotaries work. I wish there was more wind because it's called a windrow and the wind can come right through these rows, but without wind, that's just a row. I mentioned before, this is a big farm. It's about 120 acres. They're making probably a, 25 acre field by itself. They're isolating these long strips over here. The reason they're doing that is we're going to be able to start baling here in probably an hour and they will not be done raking. And by making their own temporary field, they made headlands all the way around this 25 acre portion. The balers can do the outside rounds and not go all the way over there and be doing the outside rounds while they're still trying to rake. And when there's bales on the ground, the rakes have a hard time getting around them on the outside. They'll be done here. We'll bring the balers over here. We'll start cleaning up. We'll act like what they're still raking doesn't even exist. It makes everything flow a lot better. If you look behind me, we got a neighbor that borders this field mowing his lawn and blowing the fresh clippings into our outside window. So I came over here to look, not trying to be a jerk, just trying to make sure we're not flinging a bunch of wet, fresh grass into our dry hay, and it's negligible. You can kind of see him way behind me, so I don't think it's a big deal. I don't even know how to approach that conversation. Like, hey buddy, don't mow your yard, don't mow your grass into our grass. Most people just wouldn't even understand what I'm trying to say. It is 1:04. Everyone just showed up. We got 7 balers here. The last one, Daniel is hammering down in. Got the turn signal on, a row of cars behind him, and we are gonna get going. We're gonna check moisture. I gotta go get my meter. First up is Mike Coney, coming out looking strong. We are running our Silo King preservative on 0.3. Daniel's up next. Moment of truth, people. I'm hoping it's under 14. 11, low, 10.9, low. Let's see the weight. We're doing good. Dan coming up, Brian in the rear. 0.3. Perfect. What do you think, Kevin? It's gonna be hey Bob, I haven't posted that video yet. One of the guys lost a wheel. One of the guys. We don't know who. Balers are doing great. $45, baby, right on the money. So that means one of them's dialed in. They should be dialed in from before. I think that's probably 45.
45.6.
Yeah, right on the money, baby. 16, I don't love it. 14, that's why we start them out at 0.3 preservative, because it's just a little bit tough right in the beginning there. Robert hammering down, running 3 bundlers today. I think we're gonna have to get the drone up in the air. Baron number 2 is rolling out, Kevin Botha. And Baron number 3, Donnie Pickworth. Followed shortly by Fernando, who's gonna clean up behind him. And I'll get in the other telehandler and actually load the trucks with Mike as the first driver. You ready?
Right.
Stagger them behind them and I'll come load. What do you think, Pops?
Yeah, guess we're off to a start now.
Yeah.
We got all 7 going?
Yep, all 7 are going. So I've got Fernando ahead of me, way down there in the telehandler, consolidating groups of 3 together. Me and Mike Coney are loading the first trailer. I'm always kind of torn when to start actually loading up the trailer, because we need to get wheels on the road and get material back to Justin so he can start stacking the barn, because, you know, we're not done until stuff is stacked. But I don't really like running up and down the field all these times without there being a bunch of bundles ahead of us. Like, we've cleaned up the 6 outside rounds and there's still 1 row that hasn't been bundled. Kind of a waste that we drove down here, because we're gonna have to come back through and pick up what this Baron's about to do. I guess I just don't know the right answer, because you gotta get going at some point. I'm gonna wait for him to at least get back over here. That way I don't have to go through half the field again. And hopefully he'll drop a bundle right in front of me and I can consolidate it with those 2, and I'll have 2 and 3 and bang, and we'll get this trailer on the road. Pretty thick hay, so this is not the Barons aren't breaking any ground speed records, but they're doing just fine. Kevin Botha's got this thing backed up. We're gonna start calling it backed up Botha, man. Lining up on the chain. Here we're about to drop a bundle. Looks good. Let's go ahead and check the moisture again one more time. This probe, the Agrito, is courtesy of Chris Martin with Chinook Hay Systems. We got 2 of these with the purchase of 2 dryers. What a deal, man. Well, the air's low, that's good. 12, 10. Holy cow. This thing knows how to make a guy happy. Oh, 9? That is beautiful. I'm gonna stop checking the moisture. I'm happy. I'm content. We're done. We're just gonna hammer down, put these in the barn, shut the doors, let it rain, and forget about it. Approximately 40 minutes from the start of baling, we have our first large 40-foot gooseneck load ready to go. I'm gonna try to show you how we strap it. We put 1 big strap across the front and back, and we're pretty much good on these short runs. All right, good luck, Mike. What'd you think, Cola man? Wow. Is it full? Oh, it's empty.
A little bit in it.
What, are you gonna keep hauling? I thought you said you quit.
I had 2 doors up. Someone had a broken bale up dry.
We broke a bundle already. I don't know what that was about. What's wrong with his Baron?
Got some wrenches your dad was pulling down.
Carl marks the 3rd trailer out of here. That's about pinch over 1,800 bales out of here in less than 70 minutes from baling. So we're not doing too bad. That's a good rate. We actually caught all the trucks for now. Hopefully Mike Painter makes it back with the semi. We'll get the semi on the road. We'll have 4 trailers running. We'll get this cleaned up at some point tonight. There's a reason for this shot. There's 2 reasons for this shot. The first reason, I missed my dad going and raking over the outside road, but now my mom is finishing it off, so we're gonna come back and get it. That's just a precaution in case we had any wet or foreign matter on the outsides. And secondly, we have people lined up on the road watching us. That was behind my mom, so that's kind of cool. This is between 2 fairly active roads, so I figured there'd be some watchers. We're loading up the semi for the first time. We get 735 out of here. I don't have a great way of filming it. Let's see what I can do here. I promise, without a camera, I'm about 10 times quicker. I like approaching from this angle because I can twist it just myself. So I can adjust the machine and I can adjust the twist. And with both of those options, I can usually get pretty square off the first try. Oh yeah, easy. That's what I'm gonna do for the next 10 hours, right there. Well, my dad raced over here and I thought he was going to tell me something important, but he said, hey, everything's close by, why don't you get the drone out again? So I got the semi loaded up, I'll pull the drone out, maybe we can see it pulling out. Hopefully he gets on the road all right. Looks like 6 of the balers are together. My mom crossed a little waterway over there and is doing a little piece that you can still see. You just have to cross one little driveway to get to it. 6 of the balers running, 3 of the Barons are finally running. It sounds like Robbie's been having some issues today, electrical, on the Baron. So I'll have to talk to him and see what's going on. We're just going to keep hammering down. We're approaching about halfway done. It's 6 o'clock. The good news is we don't have rain till 2 tomorrow, so we do not have to run all night. Get a good chunk picked up tonight, get it all baled today, hopefully get it all bundled, get a good chunk picked up, and then come back tomorrow morning and everyone can get to sleep at a decent time. It's not fun for anyone running all night. That's not the point. I mean, you really shouldn't have to work till 1 a.m. Sometimes the weather forces you to, but we like when we have at least half of the next day to get it picked up. So unlike last video, I'm having a phenomenal day because I'm not dealing with any breakdowns. It's been very nice having my dad. He's on the John Deere Gator zooming around and he's addressing any issues because he's not doing anything else, which is good. On days like that, you need someone who knows what they're doing that's not doing anything else. But for as good of a day as I'm having, Robbie is having, I feel bad for him. He's having a terrible day. He's been in and out of this bundler maybe 60 times. I'm not sure what's happening. We rubbed the hole in a cord, so then that was signaling a whole bunch of errors and issues and sensors and problems. We spliced it, fixed it, and he can't seem to get this thing going again. So I feel for him. Very frustrating when a machine is not working the way it's supposed to be working. He's been out so many times. But I think the rest of us are doing pretty good. I don't think we've had a baler plug or anything. I mean, we're chipping along. It is 6:30 and the balers have 15 more minutes of running. That is insane. 120 acres, and when did I say we started? 104 maybe or something like that? That's just absurd. They really hammered it out. We still have a lot of picking up to do. The trucks are doing well, but there's a lot of bundles out here still and a lot of bales. That's it. The balers are done. They're gonna head on home, get them under cover. 6:39 p.m. and we had one quit early. One of our helpers that had to go feed calves. 6:39 p.m. 7 balers done with 120 acres. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Some of the drivers can quit. Some of the balers that want more hours can start driving. Good scenario. My dad and mom brought out pizza for everyone, so that was super clutch. I personally enjoyed the meat lovers. The other option was pepperoni sausage. The meat lovers had ham on it, which was really good. And it looks like the Barons pulled out at 7:40, and it is just me and the other telehandler in the field. I'm not even helping consolidate anymore because he's way down there, so I'm just waiting for the next trailers. We have probably, shot in the dark, 10 trailer loads left, and it's 7:40. Probably won't get through all of them. Probably finish up a little bit tomorrow morning before the rain. I know my dad's itching to get fertilizer spread on here. He's got 60 some acres opened up. He can get started. Keep chipping away. I should have got some footage of the pizza because it's good, but I was too hungry. We got all the Baron crew, the baler crew, they all came back. We're loaded up with trailers. So Robbie's in the telehandler. Bundles are staged in a pattern of 3 all over the place. This telehandler operator just got to go through with the trailers following him, grab them, and load them up. That is 63 bales at a time. Nice tight bundles, you don't even see a sag. So on these blue load trails, we will fit 13 in a row, and then we throw one on the deck over, or whatever it's called, so we can actually get 27 on each of these trailers, which is pretty good for a gooseneck. These are 40-foot trailers. It's a nice looking load. Golden hour too. We like loading them this way because we're within the rub rails on each side, and there's no way these bales are going to tip left or right. We just had that one long strap to stop the front one from falling forward and the back one from falling back, and that's really the only hazard that you would run into as long as you don't roll the trailer. Did you see the barn, Jericho? Is it filling up at home?
Look inside now.
Why? You didn't talk to your uncle?
A couple words, and that was it.
He's been putting one on the nose, I think. You throwing the big one, Jake?
I got the hang of it now. Sometimes.
It's easy.
Yeah, once you get the hang of it.
Look at your curly locks right through the sun. That's a good look.
I need a haircut.
Oh, man. All right, we'll get this trailer strapped down, and we got to get home and see PJ, Jake's uncle, stacking the barn. So Jake's gonna throw the super long one, cut specifically for the length of this trailer. Attaches here and attaches in the back. We throw one over the back. It's a 10-minute drive home and we're good to go. A lot of people don't even strap their bundles, so we're doing more than most. Made it. Did it go all the way?
I think it made it.
Wow. It's a long one. Strap that down. We'll bring it on home. I got the Kevin Escort home. We brought the blue load trail back. PJ should be in here stacking. We'll see what it's like from the eyes of the beast. Oh man, we're filling up. Got some blow parts over here. Happens all the time. What do we got, PJ?
What are you doing here?
I'm home.
It's not even dark.
I know, it's
What's up
crazy.
with that?
I don't know. We hammered it today, like big time.
Started at the same time.
Holy cow.
How many more you got?
I don't know, 4 loads, maybe 3 loads. Yeah, 3 or 4 loads.
You gotta send this one back.
I'm gonna call. I think so.
Was Robbie up there then?
Yeah, Rob's up there. So this entire back wall, if you saw from the last video, to the left was empty. We filled up, man. This was from the previous video right here. I think I showed the stack. I don't know. I can't remember anymore. This is what we did today, all the way back, like 16,000 bales or something. I'm still waiting on the total tally. This is pretty cool. I'm probably not going to distinguish these 2 batches. They came out very, very similar. So I'm going to test them both, and if they're very similar, just going to pull back. We're not going to try to play around with, oh, this was 2 days earlier or whatever. Lose my head trying to do that. Here comes Justin in, 63 at a time. Coming in with the swoop, right into the hole. Like a key, like a glove. Beautiful. Looks like we're stacking 5 high. We can technically do 6 in this barn, but it's kind of a little bit squirrely, so we just do 5 and we're comfortable with it. Happen to notice he's twisted opposite of what we normally do, and that's because he can twist it back and get himself into a more favorable position going into the barn. Okay, I lied. He just likes to grab him that way. He's not in any more of a favorable position. I guess he's not right up against the left wall, which is cool. Seems like a pretty good spot to end it, folks. I guess since this was kind of like a full day of making hay, I want to ask you the question, what part do you like the most? Do you think baling is cool? You think raking's cool? You think the telehandler grappling is cool? Or you think trucking's cool? I'll tell you what, I really like being in the telehandler. For me, baling is a little bit boring, just driving up and down. Telehandler requires a little bit more thought. I really like the Baron, but I just can't seem to be able to get into it this year. It's just not my role anymore. I'm happy in the telehandler. I tried to come in and stack the barn, but Justin doesn't let anyone else in here, especially it's his new precious barn, so I don't get to fill that role. I'm happy in the field, but anyways, thank you guys for the support. There's a lot more hay videos coming. We got TEF just around the corner. We got some second cutting coming in. Got a lot of things happening. I want to get you guys a video of the new 1842S Massey. I want to get you guys a video of the prototype baler from Marquez we've been running. So there's a lot of things I want to show you guys. Stay tuned.